The next topic of chapter number 6 is adventure sports and leadership training. So now let's understand the meaning of adventure sports. Just as the name suggests, adventure sports are sports that require the participant to push himself to his physical limit. These sports generally require the participant to compete in a natural environment against themselves. Adventure sports generally feature extreme attributes such as height, depth, fear, water levels, etc. Such sports can be either competitive or non-competitive. Most of these sports can be participated throughout the year. The more popular adventure sports include mountain climbing, rock climbing, whitewater rafting, freestyle snowboarding, etc. There are many objectives of adventure sports. First is learn about environmental responsibility. As the participants are brought closer to nature, they are also advised in environmental responsibility. They are taught to preserve the nature and to act according to the well-being of nature, to make effort to minimize pollution factors and uplift natural environment, to get information about the area and its topography, to develop sense of togetherness, team effort and leadership abilities. This allows the participant to test himself against all odds to recognize his limits. These sports also allow the participant to constantly challenge their own limits and push them even further. Adventure sports helps in improving physical fitness of an individual. It provides recreation, excitement and thrill. Adventure sports help in improving bonding with nature. It helps them to face the challenges against adverse situations effectively. Adventure sports encourage creativity. It also improves social relations. Some of the activities are like camping, rock climbing, trekking, river rafting, mountaineering. Now let's understand about rock climbing. Rock climbing requires the participant to climb up, down or across natural formations or artificial rock walls. The goal for a rock climber is to either reach the summit or to reach a predefined point in the course without falling. The rock climbing route or expedition is complete only when the participant returns to the base safely. Physically and mentally demanding sports which test strength, endurance, agility and balance. Rock climbing is different from other sports because rock climbers have to use their hands continuously to support their weight and balance themselves. As the rock formation all over the world differ greatly, so does rock climbing. So there are different types of rock climbing like free climbing, bouldering, sports climbing, solo climbing, etc. Free climbing. In this type of climbing, the rock climber uses his or her own physical strength. The equipment used in this used to safeguard the climber rather than helping the climber to climb. The next type of climbing is aid climbing. Aid climbing refers to a climbing type in which the climber uses the aid of the climbing equipment to support him as well as help his mate to climb. Aid climbing also sees increased safety for the climber. Next type of rock climbing is bouldering. This type of climbing is generally used for short and low routes without the use of safety equipment. In order to protect the climber, a cushioned bouldering pad is placed under the route. Another type of climbing is free solo climbing. Free soloing refers to a climbing technique in which the climber climbs alone without the assistance of a rope or any other protection. The last type of climbing is roped solo climbing. In the type of climbing, a rope is secured at the initiation of the climb. Once the climber has completed the course, he requires to descend with the help of the rope, collect his equipment and then climb the course again. The next type of adventure sport is trekking. Trekking is also known as backpacking or tramping. Requires the participants to travel on long, adventurous journeys on foot. Trekking trips can be anywhere between a single day to several days. An ideal track would require a person to walk from 5 to 7 hours daily, covering a distance of 9 to 14 kilometers. Trekking does not require the person to walk fast. In fact, an ideal track would be at a fair place where the tracker can photograph, observe the flora and fauna, or generally enjoy nature. Trekkers carry important materials with them like tent, sleeping bags, food supply, ropes, safety kits, etc. with them. Trekking is generally done in areas where it is not possible to get motorized or any other type of transport. Trekkers are generally at the mercy of the weather, therefore, they need to keep extra time in their schedules. Another adventure sport is river rafting. The adventure sport of river rafting requires the rafter to navigate the river with rapids and steep bends in an inflatable rubber boat or raft. River rafting is a popular adventure sport as it enables the rafter to either undertake a dangerous river route or float along lazily observing nature. It is considered as an extreme sport. It involves use of a raft for navigation through rough and untamed water rush of a river. Rivers all over the world have been divided into 6 grades depending on how easy or difficult they are in maneuver. Grade 1. Grade 1 rivers includes very small rough areas, require slight maneuvering skills. Grade 2 involves some rough water with some rocks, requires some maneuvering skills. In grade 3, small waves may be a small drop but no considerable danger. It requires significant maneuvering skills. In the 4th grade, rivers includes medium waves with rocks, may be considerable drop, requires sharp maneuvering skills. In grade 5, rivers includes large waves with large volume, large rocks and hazards, large drop. And in the last grade, rivers includes huge waves with huge volume, huge rocks, substantial drops. The next adventure sport is mountaineering. It is a technical sport that requires very high level of skill and practice and the knowledge of implementation of various techniques. Mountaineering can be done on either a snow slope, rocky terrain or a regular terrain. Mountaineering today can be divided into rockcraft, snowcraft or skiing. It is a very risky adventure sport and it requires a lot of planning and equipment. For a mountaineering, it requires physical fitness, endurance, determination, ascending and descending skills over snow-clad peaks in extremely hostile conditions. Hazards involved in mountaineering are: first is weather. Weather is the biggest hazard of mountaineering. Though winter weather is unpredictable, summer weather is also quite bad. Blizzards cause poor visibility, resulting in climbers getting lost. The fear of lightning striking the high points and rock edges is pretty high. The next hazard in mountaineering is avalanches. Avalanches also prove to be a great hazard as it can contain not only snow but also rocks, ice and falling gear. The danger of slipping and losing footing on ice is also predominant. Equipment failure can also lead to falls that can be fatal. The next adventure sport is surfing. Surfing is a surface water sport in which the wave rider, referred to as a surfer, rides on the forward or deep face of a moving wave, which is usually carrying the surfer towards the shore. It is the sport or pastime of riding a wave towards the shore while standing or lying on a surfboard. It's important to get the right gear in order for your surfing to quickly progress. The main barrier to progress is starting on an unsuitable board. That the surf is safe before you go in. If you are going surfing at a spot you are unfamiliar with, it is a good idea to get some advice from a local. Check out the surf sport paragliding. It is an extremely adventurous sport and recreational activity which can be done for the fun of it or as a serious competitive sport. It is a sport in which a white canopy resembling a parachute is attached to a person's body by a harness in order to follow them to glide through the air after jumping from or being lifted to a height. The sport of jumping out of an aircraft with a special parachute that allows you to travel a long horizontal distance before you land. Paragliding is a sport which is more of skill than strength, and you need to have a clear mind to understand than a strong physical body. Safety measures to be followed while rock climbing are: ensure that you have taken lessons from professional rock climber. Before climbing, your body should be conditioned and well stretched. This will protect you from sprains and sudden jerks that will impair muscle function. Check that climbers and belays harness buckles are doubled back. Careful selection of the rock climbing path is very important. Choose the path wisely and practically. Also, in case of slip or slide, you need to relax and focus again. While climbing a rock, always wear a helmet. Ensure that the climbing is long enough to reach the anchors. All the safety equipments and clothes like elbow pads, knee pads, harness, helmet, safety tape and climbing shoes are in perfect condition and should be checked properly before climbing. Take some time with each step. Never attempt to jump off the side of the mountain. Check knots, harness buckle, belay, etc. frequently. Every adventure sports needs safety measures. Some of the safety measures to be followed during trekking are: a trekker should not carry more than 15 kg weight, as more weight means more fatigue. It is essential that the hiker ascends at a slow and regular pace, allowing the body to get used to higher altitudes that have lesser oxygen level. To prevent insect bite, wear full sleeve shirt and full pant. Check and double check all the necessary items before starting the trip. Always try to get partner to hike with you to make the trekking more safer. Also use the whistle to indicate the danger while trekking. Safety measures to be followed during river rafting are: take a guide with you. This is important as the river changes on the daily basis and a professional know the techniques and will help you whenever needed. Only good swimmers should go for river rafting. Always wear life jacket and helmet during rafting. Check the equipment to make sure that everything is in place and nothing has become defective. Never try this at night, that during the night the tides are very high, which is not safe. Always try this during the daylight. Safety measures for mountaineering are: always check the weather forecast before starting the mountaineering. Educate yourself about the wildlife that you might encounter on the way. Be prepared for them and learn to deal with adverse situations. Always take good amount of food and water to avoid health issues. Be aware of your surroundings. In very low temperature, one may fall prey to hypothermia, so stay dry and warm. Carry your personal medication and first aid kit during all the adventure sports.